The day has come where I finally throw glitter at things. But I use the term throw loosely because I think dump is a more accurate word. So if this is your first time on my blog, then welcome. I think some introductions are in order. My name is Katie. I'm doing glitter speed painting, minus the speed since all of my time lapses are around 60 minutes before I actually speed them up. The last 3 weeks have been a series of me learning the basics of drawing, so portraits, body poses, their proportions. Today it is time to use what will soon be my greatest mortal enemy, glitter. If you want a more in-depth lesson on the fundamentals for drawing a portrait, go to blog number 2, but for now, here's a quick rundown. So the human head is made up of the cranium and the jaw, a basic cranium being a circle and the jaw being the shape of like a wedge. The human portrait is often divided into thirds, from the hairline to the brow line to the bottom of the nose, and the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin. My first step is to analyze the proportions of the reference photo. As you can see, the top thirds of Albert Einstein's face is a lot smaller than his middle and bottom third. Then I draw the cranium, and since Albert's face isn't facing dead straight on center, I draw a curve where the side planes and the front planes of his face meet. So the general guideline is to draw from the corner of the forehead to the side of the eyebrow. So then I continue to draw out the features of the face, the eyes, the lips, the ears. So then I went into a photo editing site and changed the contrasts and the shadows and highlights of the photo to make it contrast with the black and white. The idea of glitter speed painting is that the glue is painted on the white parts of the face, and once the glitter is thrown on and taken off, then the white parts of the face are full of glitter and the dark parts are the black canvas or paper. So by eye, I started shading in the dark lines of his face. This is where I made a crucial mistake, so don't do this if you ever try to do this. I don't know why I decided to, but I shaded in the dark parts with pencil, the parts that will actually be visible at the end. So what I should have done is shade in the light parts of the face that will be covered by all that glue and all that glitter. But I guess my stupidity just kind of pushed through. But we're all for learning, right? But I had to erase the pencil marks at the end, which took off the glitter, ruined the eraser, and it was just way more difficult of a process than it had to be. So after I did that, I started painting the glue on. I just used clear liquid Elmer's glue and paintbrushes that I ruined. But once that was done, I made a crucial mistake. So crucial mistake number 2, I was too lazy and didn't get an actual tarp. I just laid printer paper to make some makeshift tarp that didn't actually prevent any mess. So the glitter that was so fine that it got lost in the cracks of my floors, and I didn't sweep them up, and I didn't sweep all of them up, and now I just have glitter permanently in my house forever. But the final product ended up looking better than I expected. The hair got a little messed up, especially in the parts where the glue ended up drying, and the eyes aren't really defined, especially in the pupils, but it looks like Albert Einstein, relatively, and I'm happy with it. So I just want to talk about my inspiration and the resources I used in this whole process. So my inspiration comes largely from always being fascinated with people who could be artistic. I've said this 1,000 times, but I don't consider myself someone who's good at art. But my friends are all really amazing drawers and painters, and I've always been jealous of their detail-oriented, creative personalities. As for resources, this style of painting isn't really taught anywhere as far as I can see. The technique of just painting glue on the white parts of a face and throwing glitter at it is pretty straightforward. So I'm focusing my research on pure drawing technique, which is the major thing that I lack. The last 2 weeks I've been using drawing tutorials in videos and articles that teach different methods, like the Loomis method. I've been practicing with a lot of reference photos to apply the techniques to any picture that I want. And throughout this whole artistic journey, I'm realizing that I'm not inherently bad at art. I just never took the time to sit down and learn from scratch what goes into drawing. I should change my initial statement, I've never been good at art, to I've never really learned art. And now that I'm starting to, things are looking up from here. I hope you found some part of this vlog entertaining. I'd love to see you back on my blog to see how I further progress in the coming weeks. So I'll hopefully see you all again. Bye!